Hello everybody and welcome for a new episode of Kerbal Space Program. This episode is entirely dedicated to a moon base because I need science to make bigger missions with more ambitious projects, and for that we just need to build bases. Why? Because base it's an easy way to make science. It's the easiest one. In fact, you just have to pay to have Kerbals and trap them in a little box for hundreds of days on an alien planet. That's not what I wrote on the paper. I just wrote you have to pay two scientists to put in a base and let them make incredible experiments on another planet with huge opportunities of evolution. In fact, I'm just trapping them in the moon, and just I will not recover them anyway because it's too expensive and it's too complicated. In fact, I will probably recover them a day because they cost at least 10 times more than the rocket in itself. Yes, it's a real problem, but you know, we have a lot of money. So after this mission, we will not have a lot of money. We are approximately at $400,000, excuse me, and after we will be at 100. So we will have to make some science and some missions for money after that. But this mission was a one-shot mission. I got it right in the first try, but I wasn't. At some point, I said to myself, it will not work, it's not possible, because you will see. So, this is normal beginning of the mission. Like every mission, it's no problem just taking off and just traveling through space. So, to here, there's absolutely no problem, except that my motors weren't powerful enough. I needed to put all of them at max power. It wasn't expected, but no problem, we have a lot of fuel. Happily, I took a lot of fuel more like I usually did. So, yes, no problem for now. Passing through the wall of sound, we are at 10 kilometers from the ground. We are at the expected angle. As you can see, we only have the Maribil, the like we can only set our thrust to one point. We cannot go on the maneuvers nodes with the SAS because we only have a computer that's guiding us, because scientists are pure, I will not say the word, but they are pure noobs for piloting. I don't want it to trash one of my pilots to that, so I just put two poor scientists. I bought them for that, so they have a white combination. I don't know, but the original ones, the four I think that you have in the beginning of the game, I keep them for all my important missions. This one is important, in fact, because it will give us a huge amount of science points, like I never had before. My biggest science amount was like 100, and here I got more than 800 science points with that mission. You need to make moon bases, because just making the moon science and keeping that and getting that back will took me a lot of science points. But actually making a science station is like you got more science with that. So after this mission, I will make an orbital moon station for the next episode. And after, I will have enough science and enough money with all the side quests that I will have to do to make a complete mission at least to Mars. I don't know the name in this game. It's like Dress, I think. I'm not sure, but I will try a dress mission for the first time. But I have to make a moon orbital station first. Maybe some space stations, some mission, a very complicated mission. Because as you probably seen and just know, I only made one-shot rockets Like I don't make two parts for a space station because it's too complicated and took more time than you need to just assemble them in orbit, so I only get in one part, and it's less expensive of course, but the missions that I will have to do and that I avoid doing for some days, but I think I will be just obligated to make them, it's just to make assemble ships in orbit, in moon orbits even, their are strange. And yes, of course, if you saw my orbit node, my maneuver node, excuse me, you probably thought it's not the best way to go on the moon, but I'm at least like not optimal, but almost in the fuel levels, and I'm just a noob with maneuvers. And as you will see, the ship is a pure, I will not say the word again, but it's a pure trash to just pilot. It's horrible because I don't thought at one point, and you will discover it, it's horrible. So for now, it's the basic engine, the not complicated one, and here's the problem. I had to... I can't go on the maneuver, but I have another problem. I cannot just point on the maneuver manually because it will be wrong because my motors are behind, so I need to move my ship and turn it onto the maneuver. I had a headache with that. It's over complicated, so you have to try to guess where you have to go and try to guess where you have to put it. Horrible. You have to turn back to not only pointing 90 degrees angle from your goal, but in fact you have more than that to just turn to your goal. It's overcomplicated, but when it comes to landing, it's the best solution, the easiest one. So I had to try that. I had to try just let's put some motors onto the space station. No, it's not the space station, it's the moon station for now. Let's try putting some motors inside, and it worked. I guess it's the first time that I got a station right in the first try, and that I get that even on the moon. So it's a good station. It works. It's nice. We can do better, but with the tech that I unlocked with that, we can make a pretty nice moon orbital space station. Moon orbital station. I had the idea of MOS station, Moon Orbital Space Station. It's like an acronym, a good acronym. So here we are in moon orbit. We can leave the station here, but we will not do that, and I'm too stupid to have thought at let's keep some science from moon orbit. I just landed and after made science. It's probably not the best solution because if I did science in space, I will have 2 times more science. But at least the station is able to move because it has its own motors and it has wheels. Yes, you heard me right, I put plain wheels on it because I don't have unlocked the normal wheels. So I just put plain wheels inside. It it makes the trick, it doesn't power the thing because when I try to move with that, it just tilts his head off. You will not see it. Yes, you will see it, I think, in the end of the video, but it doesn't work great. So at least it works. At least it works. We can just say that. And of course, the two separate tanks or boosters on the side are not just for beauty and will not left with us. I don't have the expression, but I will untouch them. It's just to fuel the motors on the big part of the mission, and after when we don't need them anymore, we will detach them. So as you can see, the station as token is like its orientation. The motors are placed around the middle point. I don't know the name, so I don't have to move the station by turning them on. It will not make this rotate around this angle or other. So, in detaching the modules, we can now just turn on the re-entry phase, turn the plane wheels back in, and we will land on just landing legs, because it's for landing, I guess. So yes, I put landing legs. As you can see, the station is not that basic, but it's not very well made, I will say, because solar panels doesn't work all at the same time. I need to rotate the station to make this on the sides. It's over complicated when I need a lot of energy, but it works, at least in day. So at daytime the station works well. So this is a touchdown, perfect touchdown. So now we can just extend all, make some science, cut the motors, because we have fuel left, but we don't need that for now. You can see the the core of the station, I guess. It's the computer that makes that at least a little bit maneuverable. As you can see, 120 science points if I get this carbon home, but I don't, because it's overcomplicated. It will left here. Sorry, Josley, I don't see the name right, but sorry, you will keep waiting in that station for at least 1 year, because when I cut the mission, because I left it run for some days to have some science points before launching the other mission, it was like 200 days after the launching. Like, it was the time of the Minmus mission, but it was just leaving that in here, so it's very annoying for them. But don't matter, it's just Kerbals. It's like slaves. I don't say anything. It's just an illusion. So it's maneuverable because I put several direction wheels, maneuver wheels inside, but it doesn't move at all, so I will just let it here. And thank you for watching. You can watch the next video or the previous one if you watch this less than 1 week after. So thank you for all and have a nice day.